In this lesson, we're going to take a look at how to draw circles in AutoCAD. The circle command is located on the Home tab in the Draw panel, and you'll notice that it has a drop-down arrow. If I select the drop-down arrow, I've got several different ways that I can create circles located here. The default version of the command is the center radius option. With this one, I'll specify the center point and then the distance from the center point out to the edge of the circle as the icon shows here. So to locate my center point, I can pick a point out in space, I can snap to another object, or possibly even put in a coordinate value. In this case, I'll just click a point out in space. Next, I'll type in a value for the radius. I'll put in 2 and enter for this one. I wish to draw another circle of the same size, so I'm going to start the circle command again, locate another center point, and then if I take a look at the command line, I can see the previously used value of 2 in angle brackets. In order to apply the previously used value, you simply press enter. So if I want another circle with the same radius, I'll press enter, and I now have another circle with a radius of 2. Let's next take a look at the center diameter. So the center diameter is going to have me select the center point and then the distance all the way across the circle running through the center point. So essentially it's going to be twice the radius. I'll begin by picking a center point, and this time I'll put in the value of 2 and enter. And notice that this circle is half the size of the other ones, because this one is 2 all the way across the circle, whereas the other ones are 2 from the center to the outside, essentially giving me a diameter of 4 on these earlier created circles. To look at some of the other circle options we have, I've got some geometry already drawn that I'm going to use. And first, I'm going to look at the 2-point option. So with the 2-point option, I'm going to specify 2 points essentially across the circle, thus specifying the diameter. In this example, I'm going to choose the top midpoint of this rectangle and the lower midpoint. And as you can see, the circle diameter is the same as the height of this rectangle. Next, I want to create a circle around the outside of this rectangle. So I'm going to use the 3-point option and simply click on 3 of the endpoints of this polygon to create the circle. Next, I want to create a circle that is tangent to the top and left side of this rectangle and has a radius of 1. So I'm going to choose the tangent radius option. Here I will see a little auto snap marker for tangent. I'll simply click on the top line, then the left line. The command line prompts me for the radius value, so I'll type 1 and enter. And just like that, I've constructed the circle without having to lay out the center point. It's just simply tangent to 2 sides and has a radius of 1. Finally, I want to create a circle that's tangent to 3 surfaces. So for this one, I'll choose the tangent option and simply click the top, the left side, and the bottom of this rectangle to construct the circle. As with most commands, I can press enter to repeat the last command. However, pressing enter is going to repeat the default version of that command. And remember, that was center radius. So even though I just created a tangent circle, if I press enter, the command line is now prompting me for a center point. And as you can see, after I pick the center point, it's now prompting me for a radius value. So again, just keep in mind that if you press enter, it's always going to repeat the default version of the command. The good news is, since tangent is the last circle I use, that button is on top, so I don't have to click the drop down. I can just simply click the button on top and then create another tangent circle. That concludes this look at drawing circles in AutoCAD.